Here today with no prepared speech.
That's right. It's okay.
But I think I can pull together a few words to tell you exactly what my concerns are. I'm an abolitionist to begin with.
All right.
I recognize all the efforts to reform in the justice system to make it more humane. This is part of the struggle. But this system has got to go. This system has no basis for continued existence. We are 5% of the world's population and have 25% of the world's prisoners. That's unacceptable. And that ain't right.
That's right.
But we out here today to talk about ending mass incarceration. But that doesn't address the question of what do we do next. Because mass incarceration doesn't end the lifetime penalties or lifetime punishment that's imposed on those that are run through this criminal justice system. It doesn't protect them or eliminate collateral consequences. And those collateral consequences are perpetual punishment. That's exactly what they are. We had recently had the former commissioner of police and the former commissioner of corrections in New York City, Kerry, come out of prison. And he said being in prison was like being dead with your eyes wide open. But he also said that once convicted of a felony, your punishment was perpetual. I mean, it followed you to the grave. But one of the things that we have been working on, the campaign to end the new Jim Crow, along with other activists, has been the ban the box movement, which is ending collateral consequences. Because that's what's going to be there after we end mass incarceration. They got over 72 million people in this country that have been convicted of a crime, right? And every time they fill out an employment application or try to get public assistance for anything, they're denied simply because they've had this criminal or felony conviction. These collateral consequences must end. And they must end, specifically I can speak to the one about education. You know, I received my education in prison. You know, I got 4 college degrees, I got 2 associate degrees, a bachelor's degree and a master's degree, and have attended Harvard. Yeah. That wasn't because of the system, that was in spite of the system. You know. And so one of the things that we have to work on, if we really care about the people that are behind these bars, that are in these prisons, we need to arm them. Arm them with the ability to fight for themselves, right? And that's by giving them access to education. You know what I'm saying? To be able to be critical thinkers and to organize and strategize for ways to change their condition, right? You saw this in Attica. Attica was a place that I was in and that I played a major role in the organizing of. And the one thing that we had access to was education. Not education given by the system, but we had access to books, which prisoners don't even have access to now. You know, international publishers flooded the place with books. You know, and most of the activists that you see out here today that have had the prison experience also had the educational experience inside prisons. And we got to get education back in there. have to get education back in those prisons.
Right.
Because the path to prison begins with the school-to-prison pipeline.
That's right. Talk about it.
It's a breakdown of failure of the education system in this country. This is where the whole process begins. So if we're going to address that process, then we need to address it at its root cause, which is the lack of education. And on that note, I hope I said something of significance. Thank you.
I think one of the most important aspects of this wonderful
press the red button now to stop it off.
This is
You did your thing, man.